Hi everyone, it's Brenda back again with another episode of Three Uniques. Today we've got on Jenny Konkin, who's the president and co-founder of Whole House in Vancouver. Hey Jenny, how are you doing today?
I'm so good, Brenda. Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you on board. So tell us a little bit about Whole House. What do you do there?
Yeah, so at Whole House, we provide community building programs and tenant support services to vulnerable veterans and seniors who have experienced homelessness. So whether it's supporting them with medical appointments and coordination, or helping them with their tenancy as they're transitioning out of homelessness, or doing fun social activities, helping them engage with their other neighbors and build healthy relationships. We support them in their housing to really enhance their quality of life and provide them with dignity in their housing.
That's amazing. And how did you get started with Whole House?
Yeah, it's a very personal story. My dad was diagnosed with terminal cancer in 2009, and I had been working in the corporate restaurant industry, which I loved, but it really took all of my time away from my family. And so at that time, I made the difficult decision to leave that career and work with my family. And my grandparents owned my entire life before I was born. Single room occupancy buildings here in the downtown east side of Vancouver. And so my brother and I decided that in order to spend more time with our family, this would be a great option to manage these buildings. But we didn't just want to be normal building managers. We wanted to come in and we were going to save the downtown east side. We really thought we could fix, homelessness and hunger and all these things. And what we really realized was that people were actually facing isolation and loneliness, which was leading to so many other issues in their lives. And so we were quite humbled to take the time to get to know the residents. And what we recognized was we might not be able to fix all of those issues, but what we could do was start to build a healthy and supportive community right there in their housing. And so we started with simple things like family dinners, so we could sit down and eat together and get to know each other, and games nights. And that provided them the opportunity to have a sense of belonging and support within their own community. And then we started to do programs where we could start to rebuild a sense of purpose and self-worth and value, because that had really been stripped away, whether it was from standing in food lineups or not working or struggling with mental health issues or addiction issues. They felt that they had nothing to contribute. We started to give them opportunities to learn new skills, or whether it was like cooking with Chef David at the Dirty Apron or doing an art class, setting the tables for family dinner. We wanted them to know that you have gifts and talents and they matter and you matter. And then the third thing was really to recenter and having a support system, whether it's you're applying for housing or a job or wanting to move forward and needing some support in your life. We have support workers who will walk that out with you and really support you based on your actual needs.
That's amazing. And you've got a necklace that you're wearing.
Yes. So part of our rebuild program is the I Get to Legacy project. And so this was actually inspired by my dad. When he was diagnosed with cancer, he used to say he was given about 4 to 12 months to live. He had stage 4 melanoma at 48 years old. It was very shocking. And he said, he lived for another 4.5 years. And after those first 4 months, he said, all my I have to's became my I get to's. And so when he passed away, I wanted to honor that message and really share it. And so gentlemen who are transitioning out of recovery programs, incarceration, homelessness, are able to work in their own environment at their own pace and make these necklaces. And it provides them with some income, but also a sense of purpose. They have something to do and they're giving back to the community. And then all the proceeds go to help support our programs at Whole House.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So Jenny, we're here to hear about your three uniques. So I'm excited. Let's hear them.
All right. So my first thing is I'm a builder. I love to start things. And I think that really comes from wanting to make things better. So when I see a problem, I want to fix it. If I see someone struggling with something, I want to help them. And so as a builder, I love to take an idea I have so many ideas running through my head, but then how can I actually create that? Is it sustainable? How do I make that? And essentially that's how I started Whole House. Was I saw this issue of isolation and loneliness, and I thought, well, let's build a program that actually helps them to reconnect and build a community.
Amazing. And your second unique?
My second unique is that I'm very sensitive. I learned actually this year about people who, it's called highly sensitive people, and it makes me very observant. So whether I'm running a restaurant and I see that somebody's been waiting too long for their food, I will take notice of that. Or somebody sitting in the corner lonely or feeling left out, or that somebody's struggling on the side of the street. I take that in, and then because I'm a builder and a starter, then I try to find a solution for that. And so it's something that I actually have. I used to, yeah, as a child, I was always told that I was too sensitive, and now I've realized it's actually something that makes me very unique because it helps me to see people. It helps me to see what people are going through, and then to have compassion for them.
And which is so fabulous, you're able to tie this into your work every day. So it's a unique that ties into your work, that gives you that sense of purpose about why you're here on the planet, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It started as something I thought was a negative, and now I really see it as one of my gifts, as one of my uniques.
Yeah, absolutely. And your third unique.
My third unique is that I love to inspire people. And so I actually often see this in my fundraising, because if I run a charity, I'm often sharing our story or what it is that we do and how people can be involved. But what I found is that I actually want to inspire you to care. So everyone has things that they're passionate about, things that that they love, and things that they would find to be an injustice. And so one thing that I really think is unique is that, more so than wanting you to give or to do something, is that I want you to internally understand it and inspire you to care about it, and then that will motivate people to get involved and to want to be a part of it. And so and inspiring also for me in my day-to-day leading a team, really I've seen how that's come alive, where I could teach them what to do, I could tell them what to do, but really if I can inspire them to understand the issues that we're facing and how we can actually make a long-term change and be effective, then I have almost no staff turnover, because they're so committed and they're so inspired to be a part of this vision, that they stick with us even through COVID. And so it's been pretty cool to see that.
Awesome. Awesome. And so what are you hopeful for in 2021?
My hope in 2021 is that that this year has taught us that we need human connection, more than ever, that we will never forget that we aren't meant to live in isolation. I know right now we need to self-isolate and to stay safe, but really it has shown us the detrimental effects to our mental health, our emotional health, how we need to stay connected with people, even if right now that's through Zoom. But really, my hope is that we will see people reaching out to others that maybe they wouldn't have ever reached out to before. And also that we would remember our elders. We work to support seniors, and one of the hardest things to see is that they don't really have a voice. Often there's nobody looking out for them. And through this season, we've said, look out for your neighbors, find someone in your apartment building or in your community who might need you to go to the store for them, who might need you to look out for them. And it really, I believe, for 2021 will bring back that sense of human connection and community, because without that, we have seen this has not been a fun year in terms of that isolation. It really can be hard on us. And so for seniors, I also really believe that my hope for 2021 is that we will have support systems in place for them, that they're not getting overlooked anymore, that we are there to support them. We are seeing that 24% of our homeless population in Metro Vancouver are seniors.
Yeah.
That means that we've stopped looking out for our seniors because they're falling through the cracks.
Right. I saw it. Yeah, you were in an article written about you and Whole House in the province last week, yeah. And that was the big quote on the article. 24% of downtown Lower East Side is seniors, and I mean that's why I've always been. Well, I have in recent years been a giver to Whole House, because I lost my grandparents over the last 5 to 7 years, and so whenever I see you speak or I see images, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like. My grandparents were fortunate. That didn't necessarily happen to them. They had the means, but there's so many elderly people across our planet that just need help, right? And if their family isn't nearby and they do go through the crack, like slip through the cracks with the social systems, It's grateful, like we're all grateful to have like folks like yourself that look out for them. So
thank you. Yeah, I think it's something that it doesn't often come to mind because they're not a very loud, group.
right, yeah.
And so what we're seeing now is if they don't have family close by, or if they're lower income, especially with affordability in Vancouver and across the province, it's so hard on a fixed income. And, there's so many different factors, whether it's health declining or cognitive decline or losing a spouse, or those types of things can really quickly lead to homelessness. Very, very quickly. And so if we have those supports in place for them, where they're connected, where they're seeing people, where, they're active, then they're really going to stay healthier, and we can help them age well in place. They can age well at home. They just need some support.
Right. So what can we do this holiday season to help Whole Way House out and our seniors in Vancouver?
So thank you for asking, because through the pandemic, we actually were able to expand our services from one building into 19 buildings. So we're serving over 450 low-income seniors, vulnerable veterans, and residents across, not only in the downtown east side, but actually across Vancouver. And one of the biggest points of feedback, so we're delivering meals to them so that every day they have a prepared meal so that they are able to self-isolate. And, Brenda, I often say, we might all be in the same storm, but we're not all in the same boat. So we wanted to equip them to be able to self-isolate. As you said, they are the most vulnerable population during this time.
Right.
And so this Christmas, we want to ensure that every single one of them gets a Christmas gift. So we created a Box of Hope campaign, and we're asking people to become a senior secret Santa. So at wholewayhouse.ca, you can sign up. There's a short form, and it has a shopping list. And so we're gonna fill these boxes with things like hot chocolate and apple cider and a cute mug and some cozy socks. But most importantly, a card, a handwritten card from you to wish them well over the holiday season, wish them a happy new year, let them know that we're thinking about them, so that nobody feels alone this Christmas. Even though they might have to physically be alone, they know that we're with them, that we're supporting them, and they're not being left behind. We had a survey sent out across all the residents that we're serving, all the seniors. And the number one thing in the feedback section was, thank you that you cared about us. Thank you that you thought about the elderly. And I think it was something, especially a lot of them have a lot of pride and they don't want to accept charity, but this was a time when they really needed that support. And so it's been great. Our team has been able to connect with them. And so this Christmas, we want to make sure that they're not feeling alone, that we can spread some hope. And if each of us does a little small part, which is a box, it really can make such a big difference in their community.
That's amazing. So we'll make sure when we post your videos that we've got all this information tagged in there so people know where to go. If people are not from Vancouver, but they want to help support Whole Way House, again, go to wholewayhouse.ca.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get involved by donating towards our programs. You can support that way. And there's lots of information there if people are wanting to get involved. We're so thankful.
Awesome. Jenny, thank you so much for being on 3 Uniques today and sharing your 3 Uniques with us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciated even thinking about these things. And I think it's such a great, honestly, a great concept for us to start to think through and recognize our different areas of gifting that we can contribute to our community.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you're leading an example by, your 3 Uniques are really truly embedded in the work that you're doing and how you're serving in the community. So it's a fabulous example for other people to just be aware of. And I keep saying to people on these videos when I'm interviewing people is that there's 7.5 billion people on this planet. Somebody needs what you've got. So you're truly walking that example right now. The things that you possess that are unique, there are seniors in the downtown Lower East Side that need you. So it's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a good night. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.